Hey friends, today I'm going to do a makeup for Halloween. This was requested by one of my Facebook friends, Jessica Harder, who I miss and haven't seen in a long time. She requested a Mad Hatter makeup. So I have a couple of fun things I'm going to play with today. Of course my eyeshadow palette, because there's some great colors. And I'm doing a take on the modern Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland movie. Did you guys hear another one is coming out? Sweet. So I just got these the other day. They are silver and white false eyelashes that just look very fun. So I'm definitely going to play with those. And I'm also going to start, of course, with the white base makeup, kind of like a clown look. I don't have any costume pieces for Mad Hatter, but we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so we know that Tim Burton's Mad Hatter, played by Johnny Depp, has these crazy wild orange eyebrows. Now, I do not have those. I'm going to try and mimic the effect a little bit with makeup, but since I have such thick, dark eyebrows, I've already gone ahead and blocked them out. I used some Ben Nye Nose and Scar Wax. This is really great if you just kind of press it into your eyebrows. And also use a quick cleanse to keep it off your fingers and then smooth it out so that you have at least this flat surface. And I know they're still kind of dark through it, but as I put the makeup over it, it should cover it well. I also powdered them off with the Ben Nye Translucent Face Powder. That helps it so that they're not just getting sticky and globby to everything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and white out my face now. I just have, again, Ben Nye Professional Clown Series Clown White. And I've put it on my hand to kind of warm it up because it's a little bit cold in this house. It's a lot cold in this house. On the eyebrows, I'm doing kind of a stippling effect with a sponge. This is because if you drag anything across the scar wax that is there, it's a lot more likely to come up and get kind of messy. And so if you just dab it across, you're still getting that color on there. It might look a little bit different textured, as you can kind of see, but you can kind of keep layering up some of that makeup as well. I'm not too worried about the eyebrow shape still kind of being there is because I'm going to paint over it and pretty close to where my natural eyebrows are. So this is still working for me. There's also some other methods of blocking out your eyebrows. There's a glue stick method that I've used before that I like pretty well, that kind of helps get rid of the shape of the eyebrows a little more. You can kind of play with your own. If you just have really naturally light eyebrows that you usually color in anyway, then you are actually probably just fine and can make it work that way. Okay, just making sure I like this makeup job around my allergies. Yay. And I didn't go too far down the neck or anything. Johnny Depp actually kind of stops at his chin, makes it look a little bit more clownish, but he has the high collar in his costuming, which I don't have obviously, but it kind of depends on what you're doing with the look. So I'm going to go ahead now and start with the eyes. He has this very interesting effect with, of course, the eyelashes. But first, around the eyeshadow, it's all whited out. And so I'm going to use a white eyeliner pencil to tightline my eyes, bottom and top, because if you can't tell, I have pretty dark eyelashes. So I'm going to tightline it and then put on the eyeshadows that he has, which look like kind of a pinkish reddish and some blue. So we'll see, this will be fun. Okay, and I also realized I don't actually have a white mascara, so I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit more of this white makeup on my eyelashes so they're not so dark and brown. So now we're gonna play with the eyeshadows, my favorite part. So what's interesting is he actually kind of has like 4 colors around his eyes, which is just fun, and why not? So, we're going to do a pinkish color under this eye with a bluish, I'm looking at the picture for reference, sorry, kind of a light blue on top. And then more of an orangey red on the other eye and a darker blue on top. Okay. This comes down pretty far. So I'm getting it right up under my eyelashes and then just blending it down a little bit. It also goes out pretty far. So you're making this kind of a dark pink circle, half circle under your eye. Now what's interesting is the same color comes into some of his nose shadowing. So since I have it on my brush already, I'm going to do a little bit of that. Well, this is very subtle. What also is his cheek shadowing, so I will do that too. It's very subtle on his nose, so I'm going to kind of make the general line and then just lightly bring that out. But subtle. And then I'm going to do that on the other side. So the nose a little bit more. And then on the cheeks, it's right under his cheekbone, along here. I'm just going to go lightly. And then that comes pretty much straight down. So I will just kind of start blending that down. And it almost becomes kind of clownish, just in the way it kind of blends in down his cheek. But he's a Mad Hatter, so it doesn't really matter. Not really. And I kind of have rounder cheeks, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that in a little bit more, just to look a little bit more defined on me. This is a great look already. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move to the top of the eye, this eye, which was kind of that lighter blue. Going up pretty far as well, and it also kind of comes and blends in with the pink on the side. Okay, now we have the kind of darker reddish orange pink. That's a weird combination. I'm gonna go ahead and use like a red orange on the under part of my other eye. And then the darker blue, new tissue, going through them like crazy. Darker blue on top of this. Okay, so that is the basic coloring that you could do with eyeshadow. He does have kind of bright lips, which I'm going to go ahead and do. They're kind of an orangey red thing. So I actually have a good color for that. This is the CoverGirl lip stain that I love so very much. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on the lips. And this takes a little bit, you let it dry for about a minute and then you put a top coat on it. So now for the eyebrows, we're going to go very bright orange, and it's like a carrot orange, very bright carrot orange. And I'm actually going to start with my bigger brush to kind of block out where the eyebrows are going to go, and then I'm going to use my smaller angled brush. And I'm going to use that to kind of make a hair effect, the eyebrow effect coming out of the eyebrow, so it looks a little bit more natural, like an eyebrow. So there are the basic eyebrows blocked out. I'm going to wipe off that brush and then use my smaller angled brush. And it just takes a little bit and all of a sudden they look like really weirdly hairy eyebrows. So make sure not to get the hair too thick. Oh, wow. So of course this isn't like, you know, quite as accurate edges, but if you're just doing a party and you want to do the makeup and you have a bunch of eyeshadow, it totally works. I don't know how many people actually have orange eyeshadow, but now comes my favorite part. I'm going to put on my eyelashes. They're, again, white and silver, so they might be a little bit brighter than his are in the movie, but we'll see how they look. Okay, so here are the eyelashes on. They're very, very fun and get a little bit of crazy Tim Burton-y hair, even though it's not orange. You can spray your hair, or you can get a wig. I'm sure they're selling them everywhere. But this is my finished look. I like it. This is a fun one to request, so thanks, Jessica. And of course, if I was going all out, I might have brought makeup up to my ears, a little down my neck. Any kind of shadowing would have been done with the pink. It's just really fun. Lots of color, lots of interestingness, and you can act crazy and have giant white and silver eyelashes. Anyway, thank you again for this request. This is a fun makeup to do. If you have any of your own requests, comment below, let me know. Again, Halloween's coming up, so I want to get as many videos done as I can before that, give you some ideas. Like it, share it with your friends. Hopefully this can help inspire them for Halloween as well. And again, happy Halloween.